Hi, welcome to Mission 919, my channel devoted to information and narratives of African achievement, well-being, and prosperity. And today I want to talk about something maybe a little bit off the beaten track. It's called the International Mathematical Olympiad. It was started in 1959 in Romania, and since 1980, it has been held every year in different countries around the world. Now, the International Mathematical Olympiad, or IMO, is a competition in mathematics for pre-college students from around the world. There are now over 100, I believe 112 countries participated in the last one last year. The one in 2020 will be taking place, I believe, in Russia in July. Now, I was interested in how many African countries have participated in this event, and the number is small. There have been some countries that have begun to participate in the last decade and a half. Some countries have only participated one time, but there are a few. South Africa, Nigeria first participated in 2006, and they have participated in most of the subsequent Olympiads. Ghana has started to participate in 2014, I believe, and a few other countries around that time, 2012, 2014, etc. So I would say that African countries have a toehold or a toenail hold in the competition. Not winning very much. I believe at least one. There's been a bronze winner from at least one African country in the last few years. But there is a beginning tradition of participation. Now there's also a Pan-African mathematical Olympiad, which has been going on for, I think this up to the last one was number 27 in South Africa, and the winners were from Morocco, Tunisia, and South Africa. And on the South African team, there was only one team member who was visibly or identifiably black. So but I know there was a Pan-African mathematical Olympiad. Well, I don't know if it was an Olympiad, but it was a competition, a Pan-African competition in Kenya recently that was attended by students from a wider number of countries. Now, so when I was first heard about this event, and I was looking at the number of countries that have participated and the numbers and so on and so forth. Of course, China only started participating in the 1980s, and then they've rocketed to the front with the most medals. And the United States has had a resurgence in the last 3, 4, or 5 years, which is also interesting to note. So I was just looking at, to see if African countries are at all involved in this game. And I was, happy to learn that they are, at least at an initial stage. And so, you got to start somewhere. But I did find something quite interesting, totally unexpected. If you look at the male-female ratio of the participants in many, many, many countries, the number of female participants or competitors to male competitors in their countries is like at 2%, 3%, 4%, 5%. Like, for example, People's Republic of China, they've had 200 participants, only 8 have been female, so that's 4%. The Russian Federation is something similar. The United States has only had 5 female participants in its entire history of participating in the International Mathematical Olympiad. So these are, the disparity is one thing, but these are extreme, I think. Does anybody really think that only 2% of mathematical talent is distributed among females? Can that really be possible even? Kind of shocking statistics. Now, if you look at the African countries, Nigeria, I think probably has the lowest ratio. It's had 61 participants and 6 are female, so over 10%. Uganda has had 41 participants, 12 are female, about 30%. And Ghana is the only country in the world that I could see in this of 112 countries that has anything close to parity. They've had 19 participants, 8 are female, more than 40%. So basically the African countries go range from 10% to 40%. So in some cases, 10 times more more girls are participating in the African countries as opposed to countries in the other parts of the world. Now, why is this happening? What is going on in Africa that is different from everywhere else in the world? And it's not just one country. Like I said, it's Uganda, it's Ghana, it's even Nigeria. So this is an interesting phenomenon. What is behind it? I mean, these are small sample sizes, so you have to take that into consideration. But I mean, these countries have participated for 5, 6, 7, in some cases 10, 12 Olympiads. So the sample size is small, but it's more than negligible. So why is this participation rate among females, among girls in Africa, generally speaking, several orders of magnitude greater than in other parts of the world? This is something to take note of. Someone should ask some questions about it, maybe do a little research, and maybe this is a way that African countries can participate in a meaningful way in this International Mathematical Olympiad at this beginning stage of their participation before they are able to start winning medals in significant numbers. So that's all I have to say today. I hope you find that interesting. In the name of the ancestors, in the name of the unborn, Ashe, 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 and we will see you soon.